Would you guys be friends with a Trump supporter?
To be honest, no, not really.
Oh, shit.
No.
No.
I mean, I have a lot of family members that are Trump
Am I
supporters,
right?
so I don't really like.
Shit.
You know, I kind of am willing to blur the lines.
Okay, wait,
because
I'm not ready.
People
to
are
go
people,
live.
you know.
Yeah.
So.
Why would you not be friends with a Trump supporter?
Well, I just don't think that Trump supporters, like, I don't know how to word it, but people that support Trump support, like, a lot of, like, things that I fundamentally disagree with. And I think it's not right to support someone like that, and I wouldn't be friends.
What's the top thing that you disagree with fundamentally with Trump supporters?
A lot of them don't believe in gay rights and want gay marriage gone.
Fred, I'm trans, so
part of who I am.
but
top thing that you part of who I am, and if someone fundamentally disagrees with that, I can't be friends with them.
Okay, that's fair. What about you?
I think fundamentally, at least from Trump supporters that I've like known in my like personal life, they tend to have like a victim complex where they think that everyone's out to get them, and it's really strange because like what they believe and what they agree with tends to be like mainstream, especially because a lot of them tend to be born in America, like Americans, and like these people aren't really, no one's out to get them. Like they've lived in America their entire lives. There's people that are marginalized, like queer people, like immigrants, like minorities that are actually experiencing like and being marginalized within this country, and especially like everywhere too. And I just think I just don't agree fundamentally with a lot of things that Trump supporters like believe in.
Okay. Yeah, what's the top thing that you don't agree with them on?
The top thing, I think this like sort of like inclination towards traditionalism and conservatism and like sticking to like past like traditional values, things like that are like super inherent in like I guess like conservatism and like again like traditional America. I don't really think, I think it tends to be like the, what's the word? Like the norm that like when as a political movement, when you're sticking towards conservatism and traditionalism, you tend to be on the wrong side of history usually because you're anti-progress, you're anti-change, and I think that's just like fundamentally incorrect and wrong.
She recently said that Trump supporters are sick and mentally ill, and so we're asking people today if they would agree with a congresswoman when she says that.
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
No.
Okay. What do you think of when you think of a Trump supporter?
I mean, it's various, I would say, Trump supporters, but I just think Trump supporters, they just want what they want, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, they're not sick and mentally ill?
No, not sick and mentally ill at all. You like, you know, it's just a side of money, and it's a side without money, so, you know, people want to keep their money. That's all.
You think Trump supporters are mainly Trump supporters because they want to keep their money?
No, some people do have, you know, different opinions about different laws and things like that, but no.
Okay, perfect. Would you be friends with like a rampant Trump supporter?
I'm friends with a lot of Trump supporters.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
She recently said that Trump supporters are sick and mentally ill. And so we're asking people today, especially those who support her, if you would agree with her statements.
I mean, you can't classify everybody in one box. It's impossible to do so.
Right.
I think if anything, they're just ill-informed. I wouldn't say ill, but ill-informed. I think media has a great way of portraying what he wants. But if you really kind of read in between the lines and understand what's happening around you, understand that he has such a hard time even relating to the majority of America being born with a silver spoon and just being who he's around. So I wouldn't say they're ill, but
what are some things that you think they're brainwashed or ill? I'm sorry, I said brainwashed. Someone else said brainwashed. What would you say is something that they're ill-informed on?
just about how America and society really works. I mean, you can't just take away rights from, you know, pregnant women or women that actually need some aid, right? Like they're talking about removing those rights from them. You can't do that, you know.
What rights are being taken away from pregnant women?
No, so they were talking about actually, not pregnant women, but women with HIV, right? Okay. So some of the rights being taken away or aid being taken away. And I wouldn't necessarily say that that's right? Like just because you don't have access to the means doesn't mean that you are, you know, a burden to society. It just means that society as a whole needs to do their due diligence in helping out. Like, we're a community. Doing things coming out here in Winter Garden and actually being amongst people who are, you know, living in your neighborhood and talking to them and getting to know them, that's important. Supporting your local economy, that's important. Giving back to the people around you, that's important. So
you said you think a majority of Americans can't really relate to him because he he was rich. He's born. He's a billionaire. Got a small loan of $1 million from his father.
Exactly.
What do you think about the fact that he won the popular vote, which is really hard for Republicans to do? So there's a lot of people in this country that say, I do relate to him.
Yeah. I'd say, I guess that's you and I'm me, right? I can't really do anything about that. It is surprising. I will say I was very surprised. I didn't think it was going to happen, but here we are today, and so hopefully it just brings awareness. I do appreciate the fact that more people are in tune to politics and what's going on because he is in office, you know, so fine, let's come out and vote, and let's really understand what's happening, and, you know, let's see what happens next time.
They said I'm a conservative?
I guess.
So, yeah. Is that okay?
I don't know. I like Trump though.
You like Trump? Okay, do they take pictures of you too?
I don't know. I don't really care. I hang out.
You might want to sneak into their phone sometime and see if they've been taking pictures of you for voting for Trump, right?
MAGA.
MAGA. All right. What do you think of the job he's done so far? You happy?
No, I don't really look at it like that. I just like him as a person.
You like him as a person? Okay.
Yeah.
That's why liberals hate him.
From back in the day when he was making them TV shows.
Yeah. All right. Would you agree with that assessment of Trump supporters?
No.
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 No? Why not?
I like to think that everyone's entitled to their own opinion regardless.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like a lot of people just kind of misunderstand where people are coming from, and most people have a lot of humanity in them no matter what they believe.
Yeah. Thank you.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about people in positions of power, elected positions of power, saying that about their constituents and people who live in the state they're representing?
I think it's disappointing. Like, I think we're all entitled, like, it's like she said, we're all entitled to our own opinion and we don't have to agree, but I think it's reasonable for you to just agree to disagree. Like, I don't know why that's such a big deal nowadays.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't either. All right, would you guys be friends with Trump supporters?
Yeah.
Yeah. Be friends with anyone.
Yeah, perfect. All right. I just have to point out real quick. They're still back there discussing my existence being here in the farmer's market. But because I told them that I've already dealt with this and I gave them the law and I gave them, instances of what my lawyer has said and how the police department in Lakeland had to be completely retrained on First Amendment issues. They're treading lightly. And so this is exactly what I wanted out of my interaction with the LDDA, the police department, and everything else, is to know my rights. And so I have knowledge on my side, and we can put people in check who keep trying to do this to the First Amendment. So, all right, very good, very good. I hope they're having a good discussion. She recently said that Trump supporters were sick/mentally ill. And there's been a lot of backlash from Trump supporters themselves about this. Do you agree with her?
I don't agree with that. I do agree that some of them can be a bit brainwashed in some senses, but I think calling them sick and mentally ill isn't fair.
Okay.
I understand that a lot of Trump supporters are calling other people that don't support Trump the same thing, so I get why you'd want to do that, but I don't agree with that.
Okay, perfect. And you said some of them are brainwashed. What are some things that you see that Trump supporters are brainwashed about?
There's a lot of propaganda spread. I'm trans, so I know a lot of the trans rights stuff. There's a lot of propaganda spread about trans people. That seems like brainwashy. You know, they didn't care about certain things before, like women's sports or the bathroom things, and now they do.
Okay. Do you have any specific examples of some of the trans rights stuff besides the sports in the bathrooms that they might be brainwashed about? Because that could just be something they're latching onto. Yeah,
also the medical care for kids thing, because most of the time when you're talking about transitioning as a minor, it's just a name and pronouns and gender affirming clothes, and people think that it's surgeries and stuff, and that's not what we're seeing.
Would you be friends with a Trump supporter?
That's a guy.
No.
No? Why not?
Morally, what he's doing is very wrong. And if you can't see that, you can't relate to that and what I'm, about, then we're just not going to be friends. I respect you, though.
Yeah, I'm a Trump supporter.
Sure.
I voted for him.
Sure.
And I support what he's doing. And so if you could maybe just give me something, like you just said, if you can't see what's going on and whatever, is there something that I'm not aware of that's going on that I should be upset about that he's doing?
I don't say upset, but more or less just being aware of even just the ICE deportations, what's going around. So for me, I understand that boundaries are in place in order to protect people, but there's nothing wrong with allowing people here for a better life. And for me, going after just a quota number in order to get people out of the country when they're coming here in order to survive and do something better for their families is seriously wrong. I mean, that's just the icing on the cake. That's just what's happening now, right? I mean, that's just a 1 in a million. But I don't understand how people don't, can't even relate to that. Just have the humanity to understand that people here are just trying to survive. Not breaking people from their families is just really, really harsh.
Would you agree with her assessment of Trump supporters?
No, I don't think so.
No, okay. Why not?
People aren't mentally sick just for agreeing with someone's point of view or mindset. I mean, everyone has their own perspective on things.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been getting that a lot today. There's been no one that agrees with her harsh words and stuff like that. Would you be friends with a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you vote for him?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Why did you just say that? Great. Okay. Why did you vote for him?
Out of the two options, Trump was the better one.
Okay. All right. So you didn't like Kamala too much?
What was it?
You didn't like Kamala too much?
No.
Okay. What drove you more towards Trump? Or actually, let me ask you a new question. Are you happy with what he's done so far?
I am.
You are? Okay, perfect. All right. You're like walking on eggshells right now. You don't know what you can say or whatever. I'm also a Trump supporter. I'm ecstatic with the job he's done so far. And I'm very proud to say I'm a Trump supporter and very proud of the job well done. And yeah. All right. Would you be friends with a liberal?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Every time I've asked a Democrat that, they say, "Now I want to be friends with a Trump supporter." Maybe we're the more tolerant side, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're from the UK. All right. Well, welcome. Do you like America?
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
That's
Did
why.
you come here legally?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How long did it take?
Oh, it took about 5 years to go through the process. We come on an E2 visa and finally got a green card.
Yeah, but you did it.
Yeah,
you did.
Cost a lot of money and a lot of time and work, but we got it.
But you did it. You did it right. Thank you. I appreciate that. And with that being said, you guys know who Jasmine Crockett is. She's from Missouri. She's a congresswoman.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that's beside the point. She has a lot of interesting and controversial takes, and so I'm going to tell you what she said, and you can react however you want.
Sure.
She recently said that people who support Trump supporters, are sick / mentally ill. So we're just asking people in general today, does she have the right assumption about Trump supporters?
Well, free speech is about, is about the First Amendment, and whatever she thinks, that she can say it, but I don't agree with that at all.
Okay.
We're perfectly sane.
Oh, Oh, you're one of us. All right, there we go. There we go. We're perfectly sane, right?
Absolutely. And then some.
And then some.
We're not riding in the streets. We're not protesting. We're working, actually making a living.
I'm a Trump supporter. I think we could probably be friends. Right? I don't hate gay people.
I support Trump, though.
I support Trump mainly for his policies on immigration, and he's not as pro-life as I'd want him to be, but abortion is a really big one for me, so I support presidents who have more of a pro-life position than the other ones. I also... That's exactly what I say. Yeah, so I don't even say I'm pro-life, I say I'm anti-abortion. I think children in the womb, people in the womb, at the moment of conception, are people, and I think people don't deserve to be ripped from their mother's womb or the place that they are rightfully supposed to be in. I think it's wrong to stop a living person's heart or take them out of where they're supposed to be, and it's wrong to kill people because that's what abortion does from the moment of conception. So that's what I believe. It's not like it does from the moment of conception. So that's what it's wrong to kill people because that's what abortion does from the moment of conception. So that's what I believe. It's not like I don't hate women. I don't think that I want to control women's bodies.
You support Israel?
What?
Do you support Israel?
I don't care one way or the other about that conflict. I think there's so much turmoil there that no one actually knows from the thousands of years that this conflict has been happening, what's right and what's wrong. And so I don't actually take a stand. I hope Trump does not get involved, and I didn't support him for that one. Yeah, no, I'm all for not getting involved with Israel for the same reason. I just don't think that people should be harmed or killed or anything like that. And so, yeah. So do you know who Chloe Cole is by chance?
I do not.
So she was 15 when her parents decided and her doctor decided that she was transgender. She went into surgery and they removed both of her breasts at 15 years old. She now is in her 20s and she greatly wishes she had not done that to her body. And now she has to live every day with a mutilation of her body that she says. And she is traumatized by this experience. And she actually spoke in front of the Capitol in Tennessee supporting the law that would prevent children from being operated on like that. Do you think even just one person undergoing these surgeries and these transitions, it's worth it to say, let's just hold the brakes and wait till you're an adult to do something like that?
When you look at the suicide rates of trans youth, it's a lot more than one person. You know, I understand that happens, but less than 1% of trans people.
The fucking fact that there is trans youth is fucking scary. They're all young people. See, when you put it that way, and now you understand why it's so stupid. Little boxes, little boxes, little boxes on the tippy toppy. Look, it's so fucking stupid. Dude, it's a kid. It's an adult. It's not specifically this type of kid. Specifically this type of adult. We're all the fucking same human being. Y'all motherfuckers want to do this shit. Oh, I don't even know if this video, dude. I'm not even thinking about terms of use right now. Shit.
Detransition, and most detransitioners do so for safety or medical or financial reasons, right? I don't know. I don't have kids. I don't plan on having kids, but I think parents' rights is really important. And
does a parent have a right to go in and take their child, a minor, and get their breasts removed?
I don't know. That's up to people who are in power, you know?
No, it's not. I don't think any person has the right to do whatever they want to their child, including affirming them in this idea that they're not actually who they are, and then take them to a doctor and take off healthy body parts that they were born with.
I'll tell you what type of person this bitch is, because that's a female. It does not look like a boy to me. Trying very hard, though, but no. You know what type of bitch this is? This is a bitch that was a little kid, you know. I want a puppy. I want a kitty. I want a puppy. I want a puppy. I want a puppy. And she got the puppy. And then 2 months later, the puppy was a dog, you know. And got scared and whined. And then became a dyke. And then became this.
That make total sense for their body to have. You really think that's a parent's right to take their child into any surgery that they want?
Again, I don't think it's happening as much as you guys think it is.
I'm not asking about how often you think it's happening. I'm asking if you truly think that an adult has the right to do that to a child.
All right. Well, I appreciate the time that you guys gave me today, but I'm going to head out. Thank you so much.
Okay. No, it's not. So I will continue on with that. I'm a parent, and I can look at my children, and I can say I have no right to take them into a surgery for cosmetic reasons or anything like that that would permanently alter their body when they don't medically need it. And no child medically needs their breasts or any other body part of them cosmetically removed. And so I hope that person just thinks on this a little bit, because I don't know if anyone's actually ever asked her these questions. And so let's pray that she thinks on this and she comes to the realization that actually, yeah, parents don't have the right to take their children into a doctor and remove healthy body parts for no reason. Do you lock your door at night?
Boom.
Yes, of course. Always.
Why?
Just to be safe. Why not? Just to have a...
So you don't want random people coming into your house?
Oh, of course not.
Trump supporters don't want random people coming into their country that we don't know.
But the country isn't my house. I mean, my house is just a little
You live
property.
here.
Of course, but I just have a little property to sleep at night. The rest of none of this is my house. None of this is my land. I'm just here for a period of time. Literally a snapshot in time, a blink of an eye if you look over a time.
Then why don't you keep your door open?
Well, because I want to be able to sleep at night. I want to be able to say.
Yeah, so do people in this country. They want to make sure that who's coming into their home, because this is our home. America is our home. And we want to protect other citizens to make sure that the people coming over are not going to hurt them, are not going to go into someone's window and take them from their family or hurt them or kidnap them or take them off and sex traffic them back to Mexico or something like that. It's the same thing. This is our home. Trump supporters are very proud of America, and they love this country, and they want to make sure that people coming in aren't coming to do them harm. And so that's just one layer of locking your door at night.
Understood.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I think we could be friends.
Sure.
I think we could be friends. I'll be your first Trump supporter friend. Have a good day. Thank you.
I don't think I can be I don't think this song, yeah. Never be much faster before you came round. I was ready to slow down before you came round. I was heading for a small disaster before you came round. I was ready to blow me down.
We're talking over each other a little bit, so we got to wrap things up real quick, Joe, before you go, though. But we've learned a lot. I just want to say this. So what about this, Brittany? What about the fact that Joe is an open homosexual in this Pride Month? He's done a lot for the homosexual community. You know, seriously, I'm being dead serious.
See how lame.
And that's hard, and we want to help out people. And, you know, what about that? The fact that he is, honestly, I'm being dead serious. He's a gay icon. A famous TV show guy. What about that for gay rights, locking up a gay man? Doesn't that hurt the gay community? Do you feel guilty
This
about
is
that,
what
Brittany?
we're succumbing to.
I don't feel guilty that a
This is what we're
well-documented
succumbing
animal
to.
abuser is in prison
Is
for the crimes of
Alex
animal
Stein.
abuse that
This
he
is why
committed against
Mark
animals
Dice
now.
doesn't even talk
What
to
about
this
Michael
guy
Vick?
anymore.
Did Michael Vick get a
Oh
permanent
man,
punishment,
what
in your
is
opinion,
going
Brittany?
on, dude? Nobody cares about Joe Exotic.
I think that all punishments for
on a
animal
damn show.
crimes, unfortunately, are still very low.
Yes, sir. The assignment, neither agree or disagree. I've been doing it mostly at work because I'm mostly working. I pretty much, I did it a little bit, but I failed most of the time. I was going around agreeing and disagreeing all over the place. But whenever I'm like aware of myself,
Pull out his legs. Pull out his legs. Pull out his legs.
He should have been sitting. Problem solved. Done. All these fucking health experts. Oh, please tell me. Yo, I just saw that. Okay, guys, I gotta. Boom.
What up, my boy? Oh, you getting Snowflake?
What?
What you mean?
Yeah, what? What'd you say?
What happened?
What'd you say?
I said, that's all you getting, Snowflake.
Snowflake?
Nah, what you mean?
What you saying, bro?
I just said, like, you just, nah, cause I like, you know, you my boy and everything.
What you, I don't even know you, bro.
What you mean?
Like, I don't know you.
What? So what? Fuck
like,
up.
who your boy? You call me Snowflake, I'm...
Like, this is why people think it's acting. This is why fucking people think it's acting. Because no way people really act like that. Unless they're doing it for the camera. And if people really do act like that, then you're a fucking loser. No words should ever bug you. Like, I don't even get it.
Lost, what?
Nah, cause
what's to you, bro, with that footy stuff?
Nah, cause you know at the end of the day, it's like I feel like me personally, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know how it's snowing outside? I like the snow.
Bro, what? It ain't even snow right now.
What you mean?
Bro, what?
What up? Bro, see, look, that's my boy. Check it out. Check it out. See him?
You here, bro?
That's my boy.
My dog. Yo.
He getting down on me. I call him Snowflake.
Bro, he called me Snowflake. Come out. Oh yeah, you Snowflake. You get active behind me.
Oh shit, he's realizing he's not black.
Hey, chill. Hey, bro. Hey, bro.
Now you're more of a snowflake.
Honey 5-pack backwood. Hey, hold on. Let me see. Take off your ski mask. Put that shit back on.
Bro, you tweaking hard as hell. Who you talking to, bro?
What you mean?
Who you talking to?
No, I'm just saying, like, put it back on. Put it back on.
So go fast out of here. You got the wrong guy, bro. You always talking that shit on YouTube and shit, bro. Stop doing that lame shit, bro. I know who you is, nigga.
I got you, my boy.
My boy, let me get a 5-pack of chocolate.
5-pack of chocolate? Yeah. What's up? And my boy, I was gonna ask, bro, you a homo?
What? Bro, stop playing with me, dude. Why you playing like that, gang? You come like that, smack.
Come on, bro, chill, bro.
What? Yo, ass wanna die about this shit, gang? Yo, ass not ready for this shit, dude. On my dead, bro. Stop playing with me. I'm probably fuck more bitch than you, dude. Stop playing with me.
But I said homeowner.
He needs some milk. Oh, blood, I ain't even hear you, folks. Damn, folks, my fault, gang. I ain't even trying to do you like that, folks. You know.
Hold on, what you thought I said?
I thought you said homo, gang. Cause you know how me and fuck me.
That's a tell that it's a young little kid. That's how you can tell it's a young little kid. How that guy acted and the other guy acted. Look, the other kid acted. It's a kid. Still kid mentality. I remember whenever, like, I was fucking 22, talking to people that I went to high school with, and they were still acting and talking like they were fucking a freshman or sophomore in high school, still trying to prove something and act like, oh, lordy lord. Yet, for some weird reason, the women still like those guys. But, whatever. They got money.
Playing this shit, I don't even play like that though.
Damn, you just violated me, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. At the end of the day, I feel like I need an apology, bro.
You know what? I got you. My apologies, folks, but don't say it like that like I ain't no bitch though. The niggas know, but you know I got you.
Oh, I understand, cause you thought I said homo.
Yeah, folks.
Nah, bro. Nah, you know it's all love, bro. Go ahead. He's gonna be on me, bro.
I love my boy.
Don't worry. That's why you're acting like that.
Yeah, okay. I said they two for $1, but I didn't say that you could put high two inside your pocket.
I didn't have no $2.
Yeah, you did.
Baby, I don't gotta steal shit.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm a grown motherfucking woman. I ain't gotta steal shit.
You look like you
did.
Excuse, you're black.
Thing I don't even want.
Don't do that. I'll come out there right now.
My bad.
I'll actually come out. I'll actually come out right now.
Beat your ass up playing with me.
They were in here in the store, and now
I see you out
I thought they were mine. My bad, dude.
You talking like that? Like I won't bring my mama to work.
Out here, your mama too.
Don't talk about my mama like that.
Play with me talking about no mother dollar.
Hey, don't talk about my mama like that.
I gotta take no money.
Why are you talking about my mama like that?
Stop playing with me, little
And okay, look, can I tell you something though? It was a prank. You've been pranked by the Khalid Ataf show. There's a camera right there. There's a camera right there, and there's a camera right there. Hey, my boy, hold on.
Khalid doesn't even realize he's exposing the blackness
can I
that
give you
we're
this
all
as
talking
reimbursement?
about.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think he's doing it on purpose. Because black people are funny.
You've been
pranked. They're also the opposite of funny. Scary as well.
Hey, ma'am.
They're like the extreme.
You mind if we post it?
Yeah.
They're
I can post it.
hilarious.
All right, thanks a lot.
Or they fucking murder you when you're there and rob your shit.
Make no more. then you
There's
come
only
out
two
on
black
steps.
people.
You know shit like that.
Super funny.
I ain't gonna lie, you look familiar.
Nah, bro. I don't live around here, bro.
Super angry and kill you.
Nah, I'm just saying, I think I seen you on the gay dating website.
What? No, bro. Not me, bro. Not me.
What you mean?
It's not me, bro. What the f? It's not me, bro. Don't do no gay shit.
So you straight?
Yes, I'm straight, bro.
He needs some milk.
You all good. You all good. I ain't gonna lie, it's just you look a little bit fruity.
Nah, bro. No, bro. Stop telling me, bro. Real shit. No gay shit.
Nah, my bad, bro.
Call
You
me
all
gay
good. You all good.
any
Don't worry
day.
about it.
I will say yes. Cause I don't give
That's
a
all you
fuck.
get, my boy?
I know I'm
Yeah.
not gay.
Go ahead,
you
you
want
can
to
tap
call
it.
me gay?
Hey, little one.
Let's play along.
Hey, little bro.
Who?
I said you
I
can
get
fight.
a dick sucking out of it.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I was asking, bro. Keep your guard up, bro.
Alright.
I don't know, bro. It seems like you can't fight.
I'll beat the f out you, dude.
Me?
Yes.
Why?
Cause why is you playing with me?
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking for a friend, cause like I feel like at the end of the day, I'll beat the out you.
Check it out right now, then.
Huh?
Check it out right now, then.
I ain't gonna lie, this glass protecting you, but I don't want to fight. You know, I'm not a violent person.
Out then.
I'm not a violent person, bro. I don't fight.
Nah, you
I don't-
playing with me though. You can come out though.
I don't fight females, bro.
Nah, come on.
I don't fight females.
Ah, beat the shit out you, dude.
My bad, bro. You know it's all love, bro.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know, I feel like at the end of the day, bro, black, white, Arabic, Hispanic, we all won, you know? So I'm not even gonna beat you, bro.
Ah, beat the shit out you, dude.
What you mean?
I will beat the shit out of you.
I said I'm not gonna do it to you no more.
Yeah, alright.
What you mean?
Yeah, alright.
Alright, bro, love. Go ahead, that's on me.
Let me get a lighter, dude.
Lighter, does it matter what kind?
It don't even matter.
Don't even matter.
You don't know. I want to try something real quick. Real quick. Hold up.
You know, this is a lucky color. You have a blessed day, my guy.
Gang. What the f is this?
What you mean?
What is this?
What?
This is a pink lighter.
Damn, chill, bro. Why you so mad?
Cuz, for that is a pink lighter, for what do I look like to you?
What you mean?
What you mean? What I mean? What do I look like to you, bro?
I'm saying, what's wrong with it, though?
Fuck, that is pink, gang. I'm on fruity, fuck. Me, fuck.
Come on, bro. Why you so mad? Why you so mad?
Cuz, for female football, since you want to play for, I got something for you.
Nah, hey, bro. Hold on. You still got your $2 in. Nah, I don't want no smoke, bro. He's so mad, bro. It's just a pink lighter, yo. Hey, comment down below. Would you accept a pink lighter as a man? Come on, bro. Why you so mad?
Look at that.
Happy New Year's.
How much y'all time beefs?
We
Don't
ain't got
even
no
make
time beats
sense.
right now. It's gonna be ready in about 10 minutes.
You said about 10 minutes they be ready?
Yeah. But hey, look, I ain't gonna lie to you though. Hey, look, you single? Nah. Damn. You got a boyfriend and shit? What? You got a wife? Oh, I thought you was gay.
Hell no, bro.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, like you kind of look like it a little
How
bit.
do I change the name of the video?
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Be real with yourself, bro.
Gosh.
Just be real with yourself. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like if you feel like deep down inside you like men, you like boys. I don't know. I just feel like you need to like just come out of the closet.
That ain't me.
That ain't you?
Hell no, my brother.
Yeah.
Ain't me.
Nah, I'm just messing with you, my boy.
Let's see if I can change.
Huh?
Keontae.
You gotta speak up, Deontay.
Keontae.
Hey, Keontae, your name's Keontae? I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I like your outfit. Who got you that outfit?
Mom.
Great, wonderful mom. So Keontae, listen. What grade are you in?
Third.
Third. I'm gonna give you a third grade question, okay? If you answer this question right, guess what? What do you want? What's something that you wish for? Yeah? Look. If you answer this question right, buddy, if you answer this question right, okay, I will give you 10 seconds to get anything you want. Okay? Okay, you ready for the question? Question is 300 minus 8 plus 18 divided by 3.
1.
Look, fine. Okay, look, now I'm gonna give you another question, okay?
He already in second grade.
3 plus 3.
3 plus 3, 6.
Okay, now on the count of 3, you're gonna have 10 seconds to get anything you want. 3, 2, 1. You still have 9 seconds. 9, 8. You gotta make it quick. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey! Beyonce, you did your thing, little bro.
Here it goes. Now we're gonna go in a loop, but I'm gonna fix this shit. I'm just trying to change the fucking name. Change the name. I don't know how to change your name, guys. Someone help me. Shit. Trying to switch up the name. Oh, there it is. Damn. Gosh, it's about damn time. Let's do this, cause I'm gonna be here for a while. Let's do that. Let's do that. I don't even know what my number is. What the fuck? Oh God. What the fuck is my name? Wait, is it? Dude. Holy shit. There we go. Gosh dang, man. Yo, no way. What the fuck did I do? Dang, I got it. Oh gosh, finally. Okay. Damn, that's so many numbers being. What the. What is going on? Well, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. And you know what also is not happening? Is this war, World War III, blah, blah, blah. Okay? That's not happening either. And Trump is going to be spanking. Trump is getting his belt out. Trump's going to be spanking. Spanking hard. And y'all going to see it. He's going to do it on stage.
Well, thank you very much. This has been an honor. It was a fairly long trip, but worth it. Tremendous things have been accomplished, as you probably noticed. Listened to a lot of wonderful speeches from the heads of a lot of wonderful countries. But I want to thank you for joining us at the conclusion of a highly productive NATO summit in the Netherlands. I want to thank them for the royal treatment they've given us. Couldn't have been nicer. And it's a beautiful country, really a beautiful country. Coming in, I saw the most beautiful trees. In fact, I want to bring some back with me. I want to also thank, I had breakfast
trees.
This morning with the King and Queen and their incredible people.
We gonna take those trees.
I said, your central casting.
Those are
beautiful
Trump's
people,
trees.
Great people, big, beautiful heart. And I enjoyed that. And also, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, who's been terrific. He's been a friend of mine. Used to be right here running this wonderful country. Now he's the NATO Secretary General. He's doing a fantastic job. And the Prime Minister, we appreciate everything you've done. And as you know, last weekend, the United States successfully carried out a massive precision strike on Iran's nuclear enrichment facilities. And it was very, very successful. It was called obliteration. No other military on earth could have done it. And now this incredible exercise of American strength has paved the way for peace with a historic ceasefire agreement late Monday. And we call it the 12-day war. Spoke to a few people. I guess that just sounded like the right name. It was a 12-day war. And we think it's over. I don't think they're going to be going back at each other. I don't think so. Not only have we dealt decisively with the critical threat of Iran's nuclear program, which was what I wanted. I said, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I've said that for 15 years, long before I decided to do the political thing. But we've also reasserted the credibility of American deterrence, which is like no other. The people at NATO said there's never been anything. You know, I rebuilt the entire military during my first term. And we have a great military. We have great generals.
I want to ask that question, but why? I want to hear the answer. And I know everybody's like blah 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 blah. Look, no, but Iran cannot have the nuclear weapon or anything. Okay. I want to hear the answer from Donald Trump. Why can't they have it? And I want to hear the answer from fucking Elahu or whatever, the guy from Israel. I want to hear that from that president. I want to hear from the Chinese president. Well, I think they don't have any problem with it. I want to hear it from everyone that says Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I just want to hear the answer why. They just say they can't. So thus, you are saying if they have a nuclear weapon, they cannot be trusted with it. So if it's like that, then shouldn't they be exterminated? If they can't be trusted with a nuclear weapon, then they can't be trusted with any weapon. Am I right? I'm trying to figure this out.
To know the good ones and the bad ones. We kept the good ones. Over the past 2 days, I was honored to participate in the NATO leaders meeting and also had extremely good individual discussions with the King and the Queen, Secretary General Rutte, and the Prime Minister. Great discussions. Very knowledgeable people. Major focus of our conversations at the summit was the need for other NATO members to take up the burden of the defense of Europe, and that included the financial burden. As you know, it was 2%, and we got it up to 5%. And they said, a couple of them came up to me, one in particular said, "Sir, we've been trying to get it up to 3% for 20 years, and we haven't been able, and you got it up to 5%. So they're going to be, most of them, I guess almost all of them, are going to be contributing now 5%, a number that
How will we get the whiny babies?
People are surprised at, but you need it today. The United States accounts for 2/3 of all NATO defense spending. Since I began pushing for additional commitments in 2017, believe it or not, our allies have increased spending by $700 billion. I said to people, you don't have any money, and a lot of them weren't paying. And so I started the process, and I picked it up as soon as I got back, which is 6 months ago. And following my election last November, almost all have accelerated plans to reach the 2%, 3%, 4%, and then ultimately, very quickly, 5%. And all of this is going to be done very quickly, almost immediately. You probably know this as well as I do. I'm sure they've been talking about it. It's really been a big focus. In a very historic milestone this week, the NATO allies committed to dramatically increase their defense spending to that 5% of GDP, something that no one really thought possible. And they said, "You did it, sir, you did it." Well, I don't know if I did it, but I think I did. This will be known as the Hague Defense Commitment, which is pretty good, pretty appropriate. When the allies reach this number, it will add more than $1 trillion a year. Think of that, $1 trillion per year to our common defense. And this is a monument really to victory, but it's a monumental win for the United States, because we were carrying much more than our fair share. It was quite unfair, actually. But this is a big win for Europe and for actually Western civilization. For years, past administrations failed to get most allies to contribute even the 2%. I remember when I came here, we had 4 countries that were up to 2%, and I remember Poland was there. A couple of them were there, and but most of them were. We had 28 at the time, as you know. It's increased a little bit, and they've agreed now to more than double their budgets in all cases. And Europe stepping up to take more responsibility for.
Imagine having to live like that. Everyone that voted for him are now, not everyone, but a lot of them, probably most, are now turning against him because he's trying to make peace. And he can't expose the Jewish AIPAC. He can't. Otherwise, for sure, he would be killed. No, not even that. Not even that. The whole world, we have no more America. Trump is not the one to take out AIPAC. Okay, I shouldn't say that. Not take out. Analyze. We're fucked.
Or security will help prevent future disasters like the horrible situation with Russia and Ukraine, and hopefully we're going to get that solved. Last week they lost 7,000 soldiers, mostly soldiers, but they're also getting hit in Kiev. They're getting hit in some of the towns also. And that means life. Life is disappearing also in the cities and towns. Should have never happened, would have never happened if I was president. I said it 1,000 times. And it never did happen. It's never even thought about. But it's vital that this additional money be spent on very serious military hardware, not bureaucracy. And hopefully that hardware is going to be made in America because we have the best hardware in the world. You saw that where 14 missiles were shot at us the other day. And they were very nice. They gave us warning. They said, we're going to shoot them. Is 1 o'clock okay? They said, it's fine. And everybody was emptied off the base, so they couldn't get hurt except for the gunners. They call them the gunners. And out of 14 high-end missiles that were shot at the base in Qatar, all 14, as you know, were shot down by our equipment. Amazing stuff. Amazing that they can do. It's like shooting a bullet with a bullet. It's the same thing if you think about it. 14 out of 14, and they weren't even that surprised. I said, do you do that well often? They say, we pretty much do, sir. The Ukraine crisis has also highlighted the urgency of rebuilding our defense industrial base, both in the United States and among the allied nations. We cannot afford to be dependent on foreign adversaries for critical minerals. And as you know, we made a deal with Ukraine to take a vast amount of the land they have for minerals. We need it. And once again, I want to thank all of the people in the Netherlands, incredible people. It's a great place. And all of the NATO allies for the tremendous summit that we just had. A letter just came in, and a statement came in from the Atomic Energy Commission of Israel. And I just wanted, this is an official letter, and they're very serious people, as you know.
Okay. I know that Trump is under duress, dude. Trump is being feeded what he's saying right now. This is not genuine at all. Trump doesn't want to say any of this. I know for sure. Trump doesn't want to say anything that he's saying right now. He's not big man. There's another guy. Just look at how he's talking. That's not Trump. I'm gonna go back a minute. You'll see what I'm talking about.
About it. 14 out of 14, and they weren't even that surprised. I said, do you do that well often? They say, we pretty much do, sir. The Ukraine crisis has also highlighted the urgency of rebuilding our defense industrial base, both in the United States and among the allied nations. We cannot afford to be dependent on foreign adversaries for critical minerals. And as you know, we made a deal with Ukraine to take a vast amount of the land they have for minerals. We need it. And once again, I want to thank all of the people in the Netherlands, incredible people. It's a great place. And all of the NATO allies for the tremendous summit that we just had. A letter just came in, and a statement came in from the Atomic Energy Commission of Israel. And I just wanted, this is an official letter, and they're very serious people, as you know. The devastating U.S. strike on Fordo destroyed the site's critical infrastructure and rendered the enrichment facility totally inoperable. It was devastated. We assess that the American strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities has set back Iran's ability to develop nuclear weapons for many years to come. This achievement can continue indefinitely if Iran does not get access to nuclear material, which it won't. It's so sad that whole thing had to go. But I just want to thank our pilots. You know, they were maligned.
Let me do. I'm gonna do what happened about maybe two or 3 months ago. Hey, President Trump, can you come over here? Excuse me, APAC, get over here. Oh, yes, sir. That's Trump saying that to the AIPAC. Just letting you know, your people that voted for you, they are like talking a lot of shit about Israel because of what's going on and stuff, and October 8th and all that. Like you ain't gonna be with them, right? No, of course not. This is Trump. No, of course not. Right? No, of course not. The second, of course not, and the second right was now. And now Trump is like, yep, okay, no. I promise you now, dude. I am with Israel. But what happened the other day, though, now he's like, the fuck is wrong with these people? So, I don't know. But it's not Trump, guys. Do I think Trump has a soul? I don't know. But it's not Trump. He's just, fuck, man. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. But that's not even justice to what's going on.
And treated very bad, demeaned by fake news CNN, which is back there, believe it or not, wasting time, wasting it. Nobody's watching them, so they're just wasting a lot of time, wasting my time. And the New York Times, they put out a story that, well, maybe they were hit, but it wasn't bad. Well, it was so bad that they ended the war. It ended the war. Somebody said in a certain way, that it was so devastating, actually. If you look at Hiroshima, if you look at Nagasaki, that ended a war too. This ended a war in a different way, but it was so devastating. Also, they have, out of Dubai, just came that Iran's foreign ministry spokesman, this is Iran's foreign ministry, says its nuclear installations were very badly damaged.
He's shaking, and also he's holding on to the podium at all times. But now he went away because he's talking about the media. So because he's talking about the media, he feels a little more comfortable. He's ready to go because he knows he's right about this. But he's still holding on to the podium. And even when he says this, he's shaking because he's like, fuck, I have to get back to Jewish supporting.
Damaged by the American strike. So what bothered me about these reports with fake reports put out by the New York Times, failing, I call it the failing New York Times because it's doing terribly. Without me, it would be doing no business at all. But, and by fake news, CNN and MSDNC, all of these terrible people, they have no credibility. When I started, they were at 94% credibility, the media. Now it's at 16%. And I'm very proud of it because I've exposed it for what it is. But when I saw them starting to question the caliber of the attack, was it bad? Well, it was really bad. It was devastating. They were obliterated. In fact, you can't get into the tunnels. They just put that over. That just came out. They can't, there's no way you can even get down. The whole thing is collapsed in a disaster. And I think all of the nuclear stuff is down there because it's very hard to remove. And we did it very quickly. When they heard we were coming, it was, you can't move it. Very hard, very dangerous, actually, to move to. And they also knew we were coming, so I don't think too many people want to be down there knowing we're coming. With the bunker busters, as we call them. We're the only ones that have them. We have the best equipment, best nuclear equipment, and we have the best equipment in the world. And by the way, we can't forget our submarine, which was out there. Submarines, actually, but submarine was out there. We shot 30 rockets into an area, every single one of them. I think it was almost 400 miles away, I think, Pete, right? 400? And long. It was in the ocean, long ways away. And we shot a total of 30. Every single one of them hit within 9 inches from where it was supposed to be. It took out a lot because we didn't do just Fordo. We did 2 others in addition, which hadn't been completely destroyed. So we hit them with a submarine from hundreds of miles away. Amazing, just amazing equipment. Greatest submarines in the world. Nobody's even close. They're 20 years behind us when it comes to submarine technology.
I don't give a fuck, dude.
So that's one, and the other was...
Bro, you know what we want to hear, dude?
Was from the Atomic Energy Commission. And they have about 3 or 4 of them now coming in from Atomic Energy Commissions from various places. But the one that we have that just came out, we released it a little while ago, was from the Israeli Atomic Energy Commission. But numerous of them are getting to see the site, and the site has been demolished. And again, we had these brave patriots, these incredible flyers, these people that can fly a plane better than anybody can fly a plane, going into very hostile territory, flying into the territory that has got more missiles and things pointed at it, but it was very stealth. They didn't get to see it. It was dark. That's the amazing thing about the shots. They hit the shots perfectly, and yet it was dead dark. There was no moon. There was no light. It was virtually moonless. It was very dark, and the shots were hit perfectly. But when they get demeaned, and they were very upset about it because they knew how strong it would be. Back in Missouri, the pilots flew about 36 hours, 2 ways, far distance, and in those incredible B-2s. And we then had the F-22s, and we had the F-35s, and we had other planes, and we had, I think, a total of 52 tankers. That means the big tankers, because the refueling was a lot for all of the different planes that we sent. Incredible operation, and I have to say, General Raisin Kane was incredible. That's why he beat ISIS, and we beat ISIS in a matter of weeks. I was told it would take 4 to 5 years. We did it in a few weeks, and he was great. That's why he's the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff right now, because I had a very good experience with him. He knocked out ISIS in a period of literally a few weeks. Amazing. And it was supposed to take a few years, 5 years to be exact. So we had a great victory there, and we then came here, and I think we had a great victory here. But this is an ongoing project. This is the safety of Europe, the safety of the world. And they've raised it from 2% to 5%, something which nobody... And you're talking about over $1 trillion a year. So we're talking about a lot of money from coming in from countries that we're not paying nearly enough to be effective. So I have, as you know, Marco Rubio with me, and Pete Hegseth, Secretary of State and Secretary of War. Should we say Secretary? You know, it used to be called Secretary of War. Maybe for a couple of weeks we'll call it that, because we feel like warriors. Used to be called Secretary of War. In fact, if you look at the old building next to the White House, you can see where it used to be Secretary of War. Then we became politically correct.
How many
and they called
times
it
have you said
Secretary
America?
of Defense. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to start
How
thinking
many
about
times?
changing it.
I
But
hope
we
he
feel
said
that way.
America more than any other fucking.
Do we have any questions, please? Wow. That's a lot of questions. Who's a nice person? Oh, you're not a nice person, but I'll let you ask
more
one.
about
Go ahead.
America?
What's he going to ask?
That's my fucking question.
He is not nice at all.
Because you're the American president.
I know him well.
Not the world president.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time before flying home. You just said you believe the conflict between Israel and Iran is over. What makes you so confident it is?
Yeah.
And what do you do if it isn't?
Because I dealt with both, and they're both tired, exhausted. They fought very, very hard and very viciously, very violently, and they were both satisfied to go home and get out. And can it start again? I guess someday it can. It could maybe start soon. I think a big telltale sign was when, as you know, Iran somewhat, by not much, violated the ceasefire, and Israel had the planes going out that morning, and there were a lot of them, 52 of them. And I said, you got to get them back. And they brought them back. They didn't do anything. They brought them back. It was very good. I thought it was amazing, actually. They have fought a hell of a war. They fought very hard. I think the war ended, actually, when we hit the various nuclear sites with the planes. And I just hope you people can give these pilots, these are the best pilots in the world. They're the best shots in the world. They call them shots. That's what they are. And wait a minute. And I just hope you can give them
That's where it's called quits. That's where it's called quits. I'm gonna watch this later on. People, issues, not my problem. But I definitely can't stream if there's evasiveness. No. Invasiveness. Well, they're being evasive. No, that would be up. Just gotta handle shit. But to conclude, I was gonna get to video games too as well. Maybe I might live stream again. I might jump back on. Actually, probably not. But yeah. Video games, all that good stuff. And